Proverbs 25 is pretty exciting. Let me show you why. Verse 2, it is the glory of God to conceal matter, but the glory of kings is to search out a matter. So God conceals matter. If you work and you search it out, you can gain that wisdom, and it's glory to you. Verse 3, as the heavens for height and the earth for depth, so the heart of kings is unsearchable. Verse 4, take away the dross from silver, and it will go to the silversmith for jewelry. Take away the wicked from before the king, and his throne will be established in righteousness. So when you take out the bad stuff from the silver, then it can be used for the jewelry. In the same way, take away the wicked people from the king, and his throne will be established in righteousness. Verse 6, do not exalt yourself in the presence of the king, and do not stand in the place of the great. For it is better that he say to you, come up here, than that you should be put lower in the presence of the prince, whom your eyes have seen. This one's more so about being humble and not prideful. Jesus talks about when you're invited to a party that you should take the lowly place, so that the person who invited you, he'll come up to you and be like, hey, actually, I want you to come up here. For those at the table, they're like, whoa, he's getting put at a higher spot, but he sat down lower. The opposite of that, if you sit down in a higher place and then the guy who invited you comes to like, actually, there's someone more important than you that I want to be up here, so you go down, take the lower seat. That's a big hit on your reputation. Verse 8, do not go hastily to court, for what will you do in the end? When your neighbor has put you to shame, debate your case with your neighbor, and do not disclose a secret to another, lest he who hears it expose your shame and your reputation be ruined. Make amends with your neighbor, your friend, your enemy. It's like, hey, I did this, I'm so sorry. Because what's gonna happen if you don't say sorry? If you don't, what's your punishment? Far worse than apologizing and being humble, right? Debate your case with your neighbor. Like, hey, I didn't actually mean it this way. I know it sounded mean, but I didn't mean it to hurt you. I meant it to actually benefit you and grow you. And do not disclose your secret to another. Because when you start sharing what your conversation of this people is to this person, what does that do? It creates hatred. Like, oh, that person did this to me. Oh, that person sucks. No. Keep it to yourself, keep it between you two, lest he who hears it expose your shame and your reputation be ruined. Lest the person you tells another person, and then your reputation be ruined because you did something so bad and you couldn't even apologize. Verse 11, a word fitly spoken is like apples of gold and settings of silver, like an earring of gold and an ornament of fine gold is a wise rebuker to an obedient ear. Firstly, a word fitly spoken is like apples of gold and settings of silver. That good response, that yes, that amen, it's gonna feel so good at the right time. When it says gold and settings of silver, silver is less than gold, right? If you have all the silver in the world and then you get this gold apple, it's just like the cherry on top. Like an earring of gold and an ornament of fine gold is a wise rebuker to an obedient ear. If you're a wise rebuker, you're not gonna stand for injustice, you're gonna stand for justice, righteousness, and you're pursuing God in this rebuke. You want only what's best for the person, not just to correct them, but to help them walk their faith in God. Verse 13, like the cold of snow in time of harvest is a faithful messenger to those who send him, for he refreshes the soul of his masters. So when you're faithful in your matters, everyone who trusts in you can rest assured, and it refreshes them. It's like a relief when they choose you to do something. Like, hey, can you take out the dog? They know you're gonna do it right. They know you're gonna do it well. You're gonna take care of them and their needs. They trust you. That is very important. Verse 14, whoever falsely boasts of giving is like clouds and wind without rain. It's useless. If you boast about giving and you don't, what is the point? The point that would be to make yourself look good. But to God, what are you doing? Not only is the glory of giving from God, not by man, that's just reversing the whole point. Just like clouds and wind without rain. What's the point? What's the point? It ain't gonna water the crops if there's no rain, right? Verse 15, by long forbearance a ruler is persuaded, and a gentle tongue breaks a bone. So if you keep walking, keep staying, keep praying, keep asking, a ruler's gonna be persuaded. For long forbearance, for not giving up, a ruler's persuaded, and a gentle tongue breaks a bone. So people say sticks and stones can break your bones, but words can never hurt me. Far from the truth. Words can hurt you. Words have power. The power of life and death are in a tongue, and a gentle tongue breaks a bone. If someone's being so mean to you, and you respond gently, kindly, with love and respect, they're gonna be so shocked, they might just be nice to you. Verse 16, have you found honey? Eat only as much as you need, lest you be filled with it and vomit. So I think this is really general. and not just like honey. So like too much of something can hurt you, but enough of something is good for you. Verse 17, seldom set foot in your neighbor's house, lest he become weary of you and hate you. I feel like this one's very head on. So like if you go to your neighbor's house, say you're best friends with the guy, say he has a wife though, if you come in there that often, he's gonna start to question, are you really here just for me? Or is there something else? And then he might become weary of you and hate you because of that internal fear. Of course, the husband's gonna be protective of his wife. He's gonna be like, why are you here so much? What's really your plan here? Verse 18, a man who bears false witness against his neighbor is like a club, a sword, and a sharp arrow. He's like a weapon. He's a whole weapon. He's attacking his friend because he lied about what happened. Verse 19, confidence in an unfaithful man in time of trouble is like a bad tooth and a foot out of joint. So when you put your trust in someone who's unfaithful, not responsible, not willing to do what it takes, it's gonna be like a whole bad tooth and a foot out of joint. It's gonna hurt. It's not gonna be good. It's not gonna work well for you. Unlike a couple of verses ago, and talking about a faithful messenger, we can trust him. We're gonna be refreshed and enjoy that person. Verse 20, like one who takes away a garment in cold weather and like vinegar on soda is one who sings heavy songs to a heavy heart. So one who takes away your garment in cold weather, that person's gonna be sad, like, why'd you do that? I needed that. Verse 21, if your enemy is hungry, give him bread to eat, and if he is thirsty, give him water to drink. For so you will heap coals of fire on his head, and the Lord will reward you. Do good to your enemy. Someone's being super mean to you, but maybe they need a tissue because they just sneezed. Just do it. Be good to those who are bad to you. Give food to him if he's hungry. Give water to them if he's thirsty. For so you will heap coals of fire on his head. You'll be put in his face. Even though you were so mean to me, I'm going to be so good to you. Not because you deserve it, but because you are made in the image of God and we're called to love one another. Verse 23, the north wind brings forth rain, and a backbiting tongue an angry countenance. We like rain, but a backbiting tongue brings in angry countenance. What is countenance? Countenance is a face. Someone talks behind your back. Someone says a snarky comment. In response, the person who receives that is going to have an angry face, like, They're going to be upset. Verse 24, it is better to dwell in a corner of a housetop than in a house shared with a contentious woman. It's better to be in a corner of a house, the very corner, saving a little bit of room, than in a whole house shared with a contentious woman. It's important to choose your wife correctly. Verse 25, as cold water to a weary soul, so is good news from a far country. As cold water is to someone who needs water, it's going to be so good, just like good news from someone far away is just as good. Verse 26, a righteous man who falters before the wicked is like a murky spring in a polluted well. Because they're not going to help you back up. They're going to keep pushing you down, down, down. They don't want you to succeed in Jesus. They just want you to see you fail. Be careful who you surround yourself with. Verse 27, it is not good to eat much honey, so to seek one's own glory is not glory. Glory is something that's given to you. Verse 28, whoever has no rule over his own spirit is like a city broken down without walls. If you can't control your thoughts and your emotions, then you're like a city broken down without walls. Because everything's just going to flow straight to you, and you don't have a wall protecting you from it. Have control over yourself. Discipline, self-control, bear those fruits. Be founded on Jesus and equip yourself with the full armor of God. That concludes today's video though, guys. If you liked it, leave a thumbs up, maybe subscribe. Up to you guys. I'm glad you enjoyed and stuck around. I hope you have a great day. God bless y'all.